Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talks with Tina, where we are pursuing our most true and authentic self by what? Uncovering our roots. In the spirit of getting to the point, let's talk about being childish. Ooh, ooh. Are we hitting deep or not? Have you ever been called childish? Are those fighting words to you? If you're a victim of being childish, you might be due to financial compensation. I'm joking. So, let's talk about it though. Childish. I hate that word. If somebody calls me childish, we're fighting. I'm sorry, but you will have to catch these hands. That is until I had to grow a little, write it down, jot it down, and figure it out, okay? So, childish. What does it mean? I got you. It means or appropriate to a child. It makes sense. Then I found another definition which says lacking complexity. Okay? So that's where it full circled for me. So, oftentimes when we are called childish is because we are doing something immature or whatever the case may be. Like, people call me childish when I'm being petty. Okay? You're too far in my business. But that's okay. So, how do we full circle this into a way where it doesn't hurt our feelings? Because our feelings matter, right? No, they don't. Sorry. But what I had to understand was to fix that childish part. Like, what is it about me that's childish? And like I said, this when I get petty. Like, I will go so low that you wouldn't even think that I am the grown woman that I am, because I will just go there with you. But I had to understand what that little girl in me was so upset about. So really, being childish is understanding that little kid. Like, what is that inner kid in you, trying to resolve, or what is that inner kid hurt by? And I read this book, Learning to Be, and let me tell you, read my life to filth. But it made me dig deep into the little girl that I needed to heal first. And I think that's still the important part of healing and on my journey of becoming whole, is some of those things I was not willing to confront. And personally, it was still understanding who that little girl was. And I think when you can answer that, who that little girl or who that little boy is, then you can truly become your most authentic self, is what we're trying to obtain, right? So the little girl in me just loves family bonds and all that other stuff, and just my relationships in general. So when I feel like it's jeopardized, then that's when I get childish. If I feel like you hurt that part of me that I haven't healed yet, or I haven't, tapped into, then I realized on my own behalf that is the root of my issues. That is where I lack complexity, because I haven't stretched myself enough and I haven't healed that part of myself to understand the situation from a mature mindset. There we are. I see her. So, full circling it again, let me ask you a question. What part of yourself have you not healed yet? If you really think to your childhood, or just things that you tolerate in your life, what is that little girl or that little boy missing and hasn't healed from yet? Mine was my daddy issues, but I don't think it's a daddy issue now, because I understand it. I understand it. I truly believe that I would be daddy's little girl. And I think I still am. The relationship that my dad and I are forming now is the relationship that I was longing for way back in the day. There's a certain type of joy that I get now from talking to my dad, and that I was running away from, because I was afraid to confront that's what I was missing. I was I don't need that. I don't want that. Ew, get it away from me. But really and truly, I could not be at a place now of peace if I didn't confront that I truly just needed to be the little girl instead of this rude, ignorant me who was just trying to shun my daddy out because he couldn't mentally and physically be there at the capacity that I needed him to be. So, yeah, for all the childish folk out there, what is it that triggers your childish being? Why are you childish? Why you act childish sometimes? Like, or what is it that brings out that childishness in you? Not even just in a negative sense, like in a positive sense. Like, if you're painting or out with friends or whatever, like, what is it that brings out the most joy in you? That people would often call childish. So, what in your life do you lack complexity in that you cannot have a mature mindset because there's something that's still not fixed down in you? And that is our chat for today, friends. Oh, not her still going.